What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming to you guys, well, with another market watch today. Before I begin with one of the most important videos I'm going to do throughout the entire year, I want to talk to you guys about Imperium Duelist. Imperium Duelist is having an insanely huge Black Friday sale, anywhere from 15 to 50% off, and you get a bunch of all this cool stuff by ordering. So if you spend $100 or more, 150, 200, so on and so forth. I mean, if you spend $5 or more, they're going to give you a ton of things along with whatever you're getting. Plus, once again, 15 to 50% off. Guys, make sure to go over to ImperiumDuelist.com. Check them out. Great friends of mine. Links will be down below in the description. And I'm telling you right now, I'm dead serious. This is a great opportunity to get that Imperium Duelist backpack. It's an absolutely gorgeous backpack. I have two of their backpacks behind me. I use them whenever I go to play cards, period. I use one for Pokemon, for Yu-Gi-Oh! Interchange them. They're great backpacks. Like I said, they hold a lot of Imperium Duelist product. Also, give you the opportunity to grab this amazing Imperium Duelist deck box. This is my Rescue Ace deck box. You can see it over here. Once again, absolutely gorgeous. And definitely get yourself some of those Pegasus sleeves and try out some of those Imperium Duelist over sleeves. They fit amazingly. This market watch, I'm going to tell you everything I'm looking to buy in the near future. And the reason why I want to do that is because of TCG Player's massive sale, but also because I want you to understand what I'm doing. Now, after this video goes live, I'm going to pull the trigger already. I actually made a post already on my community tab, and I think I'm one of the few YouTubers that actually use this thing, but I made a post talking about my next purchase, and I want to bring you guys involved in what I'm buying, because I want you guys to understand my reasoning, because I think it's really important, as someone talks about the market and buying and selling cards, why do I buy certain cards, and why do I sell certain cards? I think it's really important for people to get a good understanding of why. Right now, I'm debating. I'm debating on dropping over $800 to get a playset of a card that Konami might hit on the ban list. Someone talked me off the ledge. That card is Pot of Prosperity. Now, I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I just filming up this video. But do we buy two? Do we buy three? For those that don't understand the difference, besides the price, obviously, you get two because in OCG, the card's semi-limited. You get three because of the TCG, it's unlimited. The thing is, there's a good chance Pot of Prosperity can get hit. This card is broken. It's a really good card. It allows decks to dig more. It makes the tier 1 decks that much more consistent while making other decks more consistent. It's really weird. But to be honest with you right now, I mean, $550 and I get a $55 cash back with TCG Player's 10% store credit. Do we do this? I think we do. And I think I'm going to be buying two of these and coping every deck profile with two Prosperity Starlight Rares. Maybe we'll get a third one in the future, but definitely two might be the case. Now, once again, like I said in this video, I'm going to show you everything I'm looking to buy. Obviously, my personal mission is to get Max Rarity Rescue Ace, as well as other decks fully completed. In this video, I'm going to talk about the card, why it's good to buy this card, and why potentially Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are running the wrong direction in certain cards where they should be running other ways. Let me explain. Access Code Talker Starlight Rare is an insanely cheap card right now. The price has been falling constantly. For a while, it was well over $600. Right now, the price is at $310. The Starlight Rare market, hold on, let's zoom in here, okay? The Starlight Rare market is dirt cheap right now because of the fear that the QCR market has done. Konami is releasing booster boxes, and we're releasing at Ultra Rares, we're now getting QCRs. I have no problem with that. The question becomes, what happens to Starlights? Well, Konami is releasing subsets and making Starlight Rares in those subsets, potentially along with QCRs. That's a whole different thing, though. 25th anniversary, we want to call it QCRs. Same thing. Same difference. I think, in my opinion, that these Starlight Rares are going to be like Ghost Rares. And my point is, about this, is that these are going to be harder to find because Yu-Gi-Oh! Players will focus on QCRs. And QCRs are great. They're awesome, but the Starlight Rares are going to get harder and harder to find as time goes on. And I think Konami knows that. I think Konami's kind of setting that stage for this. And certain Starlight Rares, like, well, Access Code Talker, people have the fear that own this, are selling in the market. They have the fear that this is going to become a QCR and the price is going to go even lower. So that's why the price is so low, by the way. Well, it's also been going down lower because when it first debuted, it was at an insanely high price point. Every deck ran Access Code Talker, and the amount of it being used went down as well. Nevertheless, it's still a great card at a low price point. I do think this is a card that is probably one of the biggest boss monsters in a lot of decks right now. Up next, Superstar Slayer Typhon. Even though I took a huge crap on QCRs, This card is probably one of my favorite QCRs because it's so dirt cheap. Look over the OCG, everyone's playing still. It's a one of in every deck, almost a mandatory one of, and it's $170. Now, it did go up for a little bit, roughly around 150. I'm seeing it for, but it's at 170. Still, not that big of a deal. Tomatoes. Superstar Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis, I love this name by the way, is definitely one of the best QCRs in the game. I would argue it top 3, maybe even, man, it's tied for like first. And then just because it's such a good card still. A lot of players that don't own this card will cope, but a lot of players that use this card, that have this card, love this card because if you're down on board state, you just bring out Typhon. Hell, you're playing a deck like, let's say, Labyrinth. This card's insane for you. Oh, you don't have much of a big board to make this turn? And you're just setting up this turn? Cool. You can go into Typhon easily. Like, you don't care. And I do think that makes this card really unique and special. I do think this is a great card, and a lot of players are going to start playing this card in the future. Once it gets another reprint. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this card get a Megaton reprint as like a Prismatic Secret Rare, which would look gorgeous. But I do think the Cold Century Secret Rare right now is definitely a great pickup. Now, is it going to be going down? Probably, but we don't fully know where we'll be going down to. Nevertheless, it's a card you want to get if you do want to get a QCR on the extra deck. I sold a Two Tales of Noma Night. It was in 75, not long ago. Currently, right now, the price is roughly around 70. This slowly starts going back up to $75. Once again, I am playing Rescue Ace, but if you play Infernoble Knights, hell, if you play a Warrior deck, this might be one of the best cards to get. YuGiOh has always been a game of spellcasters and dragons. It always has. But if you're old like me and you're playing this game since like day one, you know you can't say that Warriors have not been in the picture. Warriors is that side hoe in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Of Dragon and Spell. Like, it always came out of nowhere and said, we're dominant now, we're the best deck. And then said, all right, time to go away, and then back and forth. Whereas Dragons and Spellcasters have been more consistent, Warriors also, I would argue if there was a third choice, it would definitely be Warriors. And I think Isolde is just a really broken card for almost any Warrior deck. This card, it was relatively expensive. It has went down in value. And I think the reason why, in my opinion, I think even though it's a great card, Konami might come out of nowhere and make a QCR Isolde. Wouldn't be surprised. If they did, well, then we're going to have a huge issue on our hands. And not really like you understand. This is not going to tank to nothing. It would be kind of like Barone, where the most expensive Barone is the collector's rare. Like, I think Isolde will still be the most expensive version, but the QCR would drag the price down heavily. Where Barone went down more than 50%, I wouldn't be surprised if Isolde CR would hit about $40, if that was to occur. Nevertheless, this is one of the best cards you can get in the game right now for a Warrior deck. Especially, like I said, if you're playing it for Nobles or Aces. All right, Nibiru. So you're probably going, V, wait a minute, we have the QCR. Why are you showing me Ultimate Rares? Because there are some Ultimate Rares that literally piss in the face of QCRs. If you're sitting in your table and you have Ultimate Rare Nib, and someone drops a QCR, just tell the kid he better work harder. Like, I'm not trying to, like, it's not about flexing, okay? Let me explain something to you. Hold on. It's not about flexing in certain aspects. So people always ask me, V, why do you like to get high rarity cards? Because I can, number one. But number two, and this is most important, I don't get a Lamborghini because I like the Lamborghini. I don't care about a Lamborghini. I've been a Lamborghini. I'll tell you right now, that's low to the ground. I'm a big guy. Okay, this gut, it don't do well low to the ground. But I get a Lamborghini because you can't. And I don't get it because I don't get it for you or to get whatever. I want to get something, and they gave me Yu-Gi-Oh! This is understanding of like high rarity cards, so you get understanding. I want to get this high rarity stuff because you can get it. It's hard for you to get it. And I want the best of the best. Oh, everyone, I don't care who you are, everyone wants max rarity cards. Like, some people go, not me, I like to be poor on purpose. No, you don't. Quit the bullshit, okay? Let's just talk like adults for like a hot second, okay? Like, it's always like some random idiot at your locals who's like, I like low rarity cards. Sure you do. If you had a choice between a beautiful brand new Lamborghini and an 88 Toyota Tercel, you're going to get that Lamborghini every single time and laugh at any idiot who chooses Tercel because that person obviously has brain damage. Everyone wants high rarity stuff. Everyone wants the best of the best if you can afford it, of course. At one point in this game, I literally had a rogue deck because I couldn't afford anything else. And I love the game still. So I understand if you can't afford it. I get that. But if you could, high rarity is the way to go. Going back over to Nibiru, it's QCR versus Ultimate Rare. Ultimate Rare is better. Value-wise, hard to... OTS Comeback 14, QCR just came out. QCR market does have a chance to go up higher, but I don't think QCR Nibiru is going to go anywhere near as high as Ultimate Rare Nibiru. Ultimate Nibiru has been going down in value. I mean, look at the past month. It definitely has been going down in value. The current price point is roughly around $85 a copy. So this is what more than likely still go down to it stabilizes. But then you grab this. So I'll just grab you for instance, show you this one, but I won't show you with the rest of them, but I'll show you this one. QCR Nibiru has also been going down. It's roughly around $48. It's fighting to stabilize. It's currently at $35, $36, we'll say. And it looks nice. Don't get me wrong. QCR Nibiru looks absolutely gorgeous. But so does Ultimate Rare. And Ultimate Rare is hard to get. Ultimate Rare is the better version. Once again, I think QCR is nice, but this is the case where Ultimate Rare is better. Ultimate Rare Nibiru used to go for a lot more, by the way. In the past year, it was hitting 177. I remember one point it was hitting 250, but it's not that price right now. Here's where it is. And once again, I personally like Ultimate Rares over almost any rarity in the game. Ultimate Rare Nibiru is definitely the way to go. All right, Infinite Impermanence. Same example like Nibiru. Same exact example. The price has been going down. It's still around $100, which, I mean, it was $135 3 months ago. Within the past year, it was at $200. Yikes. I mean, it's went down 50% in value, so that's, I mean, once again, like, that's great, because I need to get myself a place of this card, but at the same time, you have to understand that this is still really expensive, as a card. I do think it's going to go down more, definitely better than a QCR. Once again, someone has sold a QCR and goes, oh, I have a high rarity, you're like, you know, that's cute. Here's an Ultimate Rare, like, it's just, now, for those that are, like, getting mad at me about the QCRs, a lot of people are like, V, quit fucking my QCRs, man. I spent a lot of money on this shit. I got you. I understand. You're right. 100%. But only with certain cards. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring QCR is the best version of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Original print first edition secret rares at a maximum prices are nice, but this is the best version. Had you bought this version when it first came out, you're an idiot. I actually made a video screaming at the top of my lungs, yelling at everybody not to buy this fucking set yet. Because people are going to be making misplays left and right and looking like complete dumbasses and then coping going, I don't mind spending extra money on these cards to have a week early. You're an idiot. For those that waited, you get rewarded. And then with the extra money, you could buy other cards we're mentioning in this video. Looking over at Ash Blossom Joyous Spring, this is the card that's right now going for we'll say $160. I think that's a really right price for this card. Times that by 3 for a playset, that's a lot of money. That's a crazy amount of money. 420 giggity, 450 with taxes and shipping, all that stuff. Nevertheless, that is a lot of money for a playset of this card. With that said, this is an absolutely gorgeous card. This is absolutely beautiful. I think a lot of players will agree that Ash Blossom Joyous Spring QCR definitely is the best looking version out of all of them. Even though there's creeps out there like, oh, we want to see your feet. Keep it in the pants. Wanted, Secret of Sinful Spoilers QCR is a card I'm not going to buy yet, but I am going to buy. I had to throw it on this list because I'd be lying to say if I don't look at this card's price every single day. With TCG players, 10% store credit, buyback bucks, bonus event, blah, blah, blah. This card went up in value. It was $160 last night, roughly. I was looking to buy a playset of this card. I said, you know what, for $160, I'll buy 3 of this card. It's a deal. But the price point has now spiked to $190. Making you, if you was to buy between last night and today, right now, pay over $100 for hype alone. Wanted Secret of the Sinful Spoilers is definitely a great card, and I do think the card's going to see a lot more play in the near future of this game before Konami slaps us with the ban hammer. With that said, I think this is a great engine, and I kind of want this badly. But you be smart when you make your buys. This will go down in value. We know it's going to be going down in value, so why not get the staples? And this is why I'm hyper-focused. And if you look at the beginning of this video, I'm looking only at staples, where it's Pot of Prosperity, Axel's Cold Talker, Nibiru, Infinite Impermanence, Ash Blossom. These are staples. These are cards I could take out of my main deck and throw into other decks and still have it look gorgeous and nice and blinged out. Wanted Seeker of the Sinful Spoils, you can't do that. Even though I like this card and I want this card, I'm not going to go over the entire Sinful engine, by the way. I'm not going to go Diabelsko and the Snake Eye spell card, but it's something that definitely is only locked into certain things. Definitely a great card. Just be a little more patient. Put this on your list. Don't get it yet, but eventually it's going to be one of the cards you want to pick up. All right. Evenly Matched QCR looks gorgeous because it's the highest rarity, most expensive version of Evenly Matched. Card debut at a price point roughly around $75. Get the fuck out of here. The current price point is $37 to $38. Now we're talking. Music to my ears. Go in the past month, boom, look at that. Imagine buying $75 for an evenly match. Oh my God, you know if there's a guy at locals that spends $75 on evenly match, don't ever take any advice from that guy for anything. If he teaches you to breathe by putting air in your lungs and then absorbing them and then going out of your lungs, call bullshit. The guy's an idiot. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Evenly match QCR is definitely a great buy. Price point has been slowly going down, trying to stabilize, but still going down. Roughly around $38 a card. This card's still really good. If you play Telements, you're bought home from like this to like this, because this card shits on Telements. Really good card still. I definitely think this card is honorable mention that YuGiOh players might start playing in the future of this game. Keep an eye out for this card. All right, Solemn Judgment. So once again, like I said, I play Rescue Ace, but this card goes beyond just the Rescue Ace players. Solemn Judgment is a card that's being used in Edison format, and I think a lot of YuGiOh players that are slowly looking to build Edison decks, I don't blame you, they're really fun. Well, you might want to grab your Solemn Judgments. Now, this is the best version to get. There is Ghost Rare. It did go down in value because of the QCR/Starlight Rare scare. It hasn't happened. The current price point is $70 for Solemn Judgment. Definitely a great card. I definitely think, once again, like I said, it's for alternative formats as well as certain decks. And, you know, Liveman plays might consider this. Rescue Ace plays might consider this. Anyone that's basically afraid of this might consider this. All right. Sky Striker Ace Rose. I know you're like, V, what the fuck? Listen, I'm trying to finish Sky Strikers, okay? Rose, or Rose, if you want to be an asshole, but Rose is definitely like the last piece in the puzzle of Sky Strikers. Strikers are becoming more support soon. We don't know if it's good or bad. Some say it's good, some say it's not. But this is the last card I need for my Strikers. Rose was going for roughly around $250. You can see over here in the past 3 months being $300. The current price point of the card is roughly around $180. I do think the price will hit roughly around $150, and that would probably be my strike price for Rose. I'm constantly looking at this card. I constantly want to buy badly, but why spend extra money when you can have a little extra patience and get what you want at the right price? And you know what? Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. I'm not crazy about this artwork. If it was the other way around, if Konami say, you know what, we're going to make the artwork for Engage actually one of these, I would get it. I think the artwork of this is pretty cool, nonetheless. And I'm a big Sky Striker fan. I want to get 3 of this card. It was $150 when it debuted. Even 6 months ago, it was like $259. It was insane. The card right now is barely holding up to $100, and more than likely will still fight that $100 level. I think that's the only level of resistance this card has before we start seeing sub $100. I mean, and that level is falling fast. I mean, this guy's 110. Look at this guy's already 105. Like, they're just trying to get rid of it. I'm going to be surprised if it breaks that resistance level of $100. And then we start seeing this version of Engage start falling. Like I said, I want to get all the Striker cards. Even though I don't like this card, I still want to get it because I want to own it. Because, once again, you don't get a Lamborghini to drive. You get it to wash. Look around, and you see your neighbor just going pop, 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 and this piece of shit car, and you're like, this fucking guy. That's what I want. That's what I want. And that's what you want. All right. Let's talk about the Starlight Rare market, because I think this is the most important market in the game right now. The Starlight Rare market is a market filled with fear. That's what it's filled with. Everyone's worried about this market getting dumped on by QCRs, and rightfully so. I mean, if a QCR happens to your card, you will lose value. I think Talents is my favorite example. I love this card. I spent $400 a piece when this first came out. 3 months ago, the card was roughly around almost $700. Right now, the card value is about $400. Can Talents go up in value? My opinion, yes. I think it will go even higher in value. And the reason why is because it's a hard-to-get card. YuGiOh players dumped it out of fear, but once there's a little more confidence within the Starlight market, YuGiOh players will go in and buy those Starlight Rares. The minute Konami is done fucking QCRing their dicks off, I think that these are going to be the cards people are going to wish they bought now. It's like Ghost Rares. At one point in time, Stardust Dragon Ghost Rare First Edition was $75 because the market had so much fear of Ghost Rares. How much is Stardust Dragon First Edition Ghost Rare again? Thousands. I do think the same thing would happen with the Starlight Rare market. So the question becomes, so once we understand, and this is my opinion, once we understand that the Starlight Rare market is in fear right now, and once there's more confidence, the price will start rising, we got to start understanding what's the best buys. Now, obviously, IP Masquerade and Appaloosa are the 2 best buys. I still think that IP Masquerade and Appaloosa aren't done, specifically IP, because it's waifu material, and Konami dumps on us with waifus. I wouldn't be surprised if we got more printings of IP Masquerade, Ultimate Rare even. So I don't know about these 2. I think Appaloosa is definitely a great buy. IP is a great buy. The question is, do you buy it now? really hard to tell because that's a lot of bread to be dropping on something that could get those other reprint things. With that said, Konami could also make, and this would fuck up IP badly, the alternate art IP Masquerada come out as a Starlight Rare, which in my opinion, I think that'd be the better Starlight Rare. I would go for that one, to be honest with you. With that said, let's keep going down to other Starlight Rares. So what's a good Starlight Rare to buy? Well, we talked about Prosperity. We talked about Astral Talker. Zeus is an excellent Starlight Rare to buy right now. I've always said that Zeus price point was always too high. 3 months ago, it was 400. I actually sold my Starlight Rare Zeus. 6 months ago, 450. 1 year ago, I mean, it's roughly around 450. But the price point right now for Zeus is $229. This is an excellent Starlight Rare to buy right now. It's very splashable, goes in a lot of decks. It is the highest rarity. Konami has already reprinted a bunch of it already. And to be honest with you, the fear is pretty much done. This card has pretty much been washed up. This is the one I would definitely recommend if you're not looking to get that Axel Talker or your Product Prosperities. For me, I mean, it becomes archetypal specific. Cards like Marines and Seahorse, cards like Destroyer, Phoenix, and Enforcer, they're great cards to buy. The hero card right there, by the way, just want to throw out there. Hero card, hero players, like, that's the one you buy. Don't give me that bullshit about, oh, but this is the one you want. Another great card is the Charmers. Not all the Charmers, okay? Some of the Charmers are expensive, but a card like he did the Fire Charmer Ablaze is one of the best cards to buy as well. This card a month ago was $266. Current price has the card being roughly around $240. I paid $245 for mine. It's about $240. Dark, on the other hand, is also cheap, but you don't want to get Win. Look at the price of that. Makes no sense. I want to get a Rhea. I know you do as well, but look at the price of that. Makes no sense. Hida, that's the price. I would pay that price point for any of the Charmers. $200 is a great price point for Charmers. Dark is dirt cheap right now. $207 fucking dollars, Konami. Listen, Yu-Gi-Oh players, this is definitely one of the best cards to get. Out of all the Charmers, I think this is the best one. I would argue Win, with the light one, Lina, it's not Win, Lina would also be a great hidden gem, but definitely Dark. Absolutely no doubt in my mind, Dark is one of the best ones to get. By the way, another Hero Starlight Rare, 195. Dirt cheap. Great card for hero players. Where's Win? Now I'm just thinking about it nonstop. Did I pass it already? I think like we'll go back to everything, but like it's such a good like. God, if it's this low, no way, no shot, dude. Page 4. Where the fuck is this card? What the fuck is this? Okay. Okay. She's 350. I literally passed right by her. This broad's gonna hit 200, and we're gonna buy this, okay? We're gonna buy this so fast, Yu-Gi-Oh players. It's gonna hit $200, and it's not gonna fucking see 199 around me. I'm picking this up. All right. Like I said, the Charmers are really good, but buy them around 200s. You're good to go. 250, sure. That's the price where I got mine. All right. Continuing on, though, other cards like Trishula is a great card if you play Water. I just like the card a lot in general. It's a great card. 117 is not bad. The Dual Tournament one's probably better. So let's go look at it real quickly because I do like this card a lot. If you play any Water decks, you probably could care about Trishula. Non-Water decks you can use it in, but I always like the Mermail variant. Yeah, the Dual Tournament version, this is the one I got. It was $220. It's $170. This is the hardest one to find. And this is a great example on like what's high rarity versus what's hard to find. Hey, listen, you can make a set called Starlight Rare and make everything Starlight Rares. But that means cards like Trishula, Dual Terminal 4, insanely hard to find. Yeah, that's going to go up in value still. Don't get me wrong, the Starlight Rare is great, Ultimate Rare is gorgeous, the DT4 one is the money one. Then we have Borderless Savage Dragon. I don't know if you know this, but this card is $100. Like, that is crazy. That's because it got the QCR treatment, so there's a QCR version that exists. That's why the price went down. I mean, once again, 3 months ago, the card was $250. A year ago, at peak, the card was still around $250. But right now, it's about $110 for this card. $100 roughly. Still a great card to buy. I definitely think Borderless Savage Dragon is one of those cards a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players have just forgotten about, unless you play Dragons. Once again, you can't get the QCR, but the highest rarity is still going to be the Starlight Rare. Now, the price point of QCR, I'm going to guess it's 25% of Starlight Rare. Let's go see. $100 QCR is, it's even lower? $12. So yes, you can get the $12 one. And when I mean the inking is better, because I always talk about that to players, the image has better inking, okay? The foiling, really good. The lettering, atrocious. Only in certain cases like Ash Blossom, you can ignore the lettering because it's the highest rarity version. In this case, not so much. Once again, I do think Borderless Savage Dragon is a great card. I think it's excellent. But listen, QCR is nice, but nice is second place. $100 gets you the best version. And that's what I'm saying right now. And I do think in the foreseeable future, as we move after all these sets, the QCRs that will hold decent value are going to still be decent. But the solid rares, I do think, are the best investment. They do cost more, meaning not a lot of people are buying them. So there's a lot out there as well. If something costs more, not a lot of people are going to buy them. And those that own them are going to sell them. And once we hit that market where the sellers outweigh, where the sellers are just falling to the wayside and the buyers are still around, the value starts increasing within the Yu-Gi-Oh market. When it comes to the Starlight Rares, some people would rather pay $12 instead of $100. That's fine, but everyone's going to be paying $12. And those that own the Starlight Rares aren't really going to be selling them after a while, and the price is going to start increasing for a lot of these Starlight Rares. That doesn't, of course, Konami makes any more reprints, which obviously they're going to do, but doesn't still negate the fact that there's still a higher version, higher rarity version, high value version. That's what I'm pointing at in this video. I think that's really important. And once again, like I said, Boros Savage Dragon, it's not on my radar yet, but $100 is not a bad price point. Paisanos, make sure to go to ImperiumDuelist.com. Check out this website. These guys are great. They always are doing amazing things like this. You get a bunch of free stuff. Plus, they have 15 to 50% off on almost everything on Black Friday. So check them out. The sale's going on live, and it's only live until, what, 11/27. So about 3 days at midnight. So you don't have, like, you're not going to come back and go, oh, yeah, no, I'm good till whatever. No. They're only live for a very short amount of time. So keep an eye out for this. Once again, Black Friday sale over at Imperium Duelist. Check them out. Definitely the best website for getting all your Yu-Gi-Oh accessories. I have everything. All the Yu-Gi-Oh accessories I have, it's Imperium Duelist. I mean, they have all the good stuff. It's your boy V, and you boys also have a great day.